Alright, so I kind of said that I wasn't going to be doing a vlog for today, but since I'm feeling pretty good and I haven't had the back procedure done yet, I'm going to do a vlog for today. So this will be vlog 21. Alright, so me and the wife came back from the doctor, and it was a little bit of an interesting conversation, and as you can see, I got had a new procedure done, which I'm not too crazy about because the tape is kind of irritating my ear a little bit because it's in my ear. So it's like, okay, well, whatever. It is what it is until tomorrow when I can take this off and then take pictures of it so I can show you guys. But anyways, get over to the doctor's office, sit down into the, sit down in the chair in the office, and doctor opens up the door and he looks at me and says, well, obviously you must have something really wrong with you because you are here. And I says, yep. I says, a couple of things I need to talk to you about. One of them I need something done with right now. I says, and then the other part is the back thing. So we started discussing the back thing. He set me up with a, I just have to call to make the appointment to find out what day to go in, and I'll be getting the injections done on my back. Now, we sat and we talked about it for a while before we actually decided to do this, because I guess procedures or the way that they do this has changed from the last time I had it, which is quite a few years ago. So the chances of the outcome feeling better is supposed to be a lot better than what it was years ago. And I says, well, I'll believe it when I feel it. So we'll see about that. But anyways, I showed him this thing that was growing on the side of my head. Now, if you looked at my vlog 19, you would see that there was a kind of a good-sized lump on the side behind my ear when I turned my head to put my cup down on the counter when I was talking in the garage. That lump was only part of it, okay? That lump was swollen all the way down past my ear a little bit, going into my neck. That's why my neck was hurting. And last night, I ended up sleeping on the recliner because it just hurt to fucking lay down, period. So when I ended up getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go upstairs, we had a nice storm come through here yesterday that kind of took out the internet a little bit, but I ended up passing out, woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't get out of the recliner. My fucking legs and my back was killing me from laying there. So I don't normally sit in recliners or on couches. Normally I sit on a hard surface and, like a kitchen chair or whatever, and that's about it. So went up to bed and tried to lay down, and this thing was like really fucking throbbing. So I'm like, well, I made the appointment, so I'll be going in today for a doctor, and I did. So this morning when I got up and I looked at this thing was, okay, it started off to be a bump about yay big, kind of like a pimple. It was an ingrown hair. Doctor said it would work its way out. I says, okay, fine. Well, it never did. And I had it for quite a while, so I really wasn't too concerned about it because it wasn't bothering me. But all of a sudden now, I guess the follicles started growing more underneath the skin, causing an infection. So this has been going on for about a week now. Today, when I went to the doctor, he fucking measured it because he wanted to see how much fluid would come out of it. So he measured the surrounding. That son of a bitch was this big behind my ear today. So he ended up explaining to me what he wanted me to do. At least that's what I thought. So I says, okay, you're going to send me home with the knife and everything else to, open it up and drain it out. He's like, no, you can't do this at home. Well, I was actually kind of looking forward to it. But he says, no, you can't do this at home. This is something that I have to do. I says, oh, okay. So he had me lay down on my side, and I guess there was some type of injection he had to do, which is a numbing agent that he numbs the area before he ends up cutting it. So I'm laying there, and my wife was sitting in the chair, not so much next to me. I gave her my cell phone, and I gave her my fucking wallet and my sunglasses, and I said something to the nurse about recording this, and she's like, no, you're not going to record this, no. I says, oh, come on. She says no. So I gave my phone to my wife. I told my wife, I says, all right, if you get any clear pictures, fucking take them. And I already turned the camera on. Well, she was kind of watching what she was doing, what they were doing to me, and she wasn't watching the camera part of it, so she didn't do jack shit. I'm kind of pissed about that, but oh well. So the doctor gets the needle. He goes over by me. He injects this shit, and I ended up making a real tight fist because it fucking hurt. And when he injected it inside of me and he started adding more pressure to it, yeah, it was bad. So my wife was asking me, she's like, does it hurt? And after it all was said and done, she's like, did that really hurt bad? I says, well, I felt it when the needle went in and he, injected this shit. I said, that's when. She's like, yeah, I can tell because you made a fist. I says, yeah, I was ready to punch a fucking hole in the wall. She's like, yeah, I can, because if this part here, it felt like if you ever had a tooth, a bad tooth, okay, where it broke and shit like that, your whole fucking face hurts. All right, that's what that kind of was making, and it was going down my neck too. So you can imagine how that was. That's why I went to the doctor for it. So as soon as the doctor took the needle out to start the next procedure or whatever, well, the shit that was so much pressure inside there, it squirted out. The fucking, and I'm like, they're like, oh my God, it's a lot of infection inside there. And my wife saw it squirt out. I'm like, why didn't you get a picture of this? And she's like, I didn't even think about it. Like, man. So they ended up lancing it open and then draining it out. And the doctor kept on saying how much shit was packed inside there from, just the buildup of the infection. It was, I'm like, well, is it coming out like toothpaste or is it like fucking liquid? He said, no, it's pus that's coming out. And they ended up using like fucking 4 gauze pads to clean out the infection that was inside there. And now basically it's open and he's got something packed inside there right now with an antibiotic. And that's why it's covered up right now like this. So I could take this off tomorrow. And I'm not too sure if I have to take the packing out of it or as well, but I can kind of feel it. And I can almost kind of feel that it's still draining a little bit. But yeah, so that was an interesting procedure. So next, after this, I go back Monday. He checks it out, and then he wants to close it up, I guess, and then remove the core that's causing the infection. So I have to still go back in for more shit. But it was kind of interesting, and I was really kind of looking forward for him to let me do this myself. But no. So anyways, that was my day. How was yours?